now it's totally smooth and dry. So next, I'm gonna plug up my curling iron here. And I personally love to use, it's a ceramic curling iron. It's 1 1/4 inch barrel. And the ceramic is smooth, so you don't get those dents when you're trying to curl your hair up here. That's my least favorite thing about curling. It also has a dial where you can adjust the temperature. So if you have more fine or baby fine hair, you don't want to make it super hot. If you've got that dense, coarse hair, you need to go more hot. So I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. And then we'll let it heat up. So in the meantime, I'm going to add a little bit of texture to my hair. And we'll start on the first style. So the first holiday style I'm going to show you guys is really popular right now. It's the low pony. So this is great for work Christmas parties, if you're going to be in a more formal setting, if you're going to be outside. It's a great style because it won't mess up depending on the weather. So I'm going to keep spraying that in there. I kind of have been sectioning my hair, spraying it under. If you guys end up doing any of these tips or styles, I'd love to see photos or tag me on Instagram or Facebook. That way I can know that it's really working for you guys. If it's not, I want to know what you guys want to know about. Who's shampooing their hair different now? Because I've heard a few people say, I didn't know you were supposed to shampoo twice, or I didn't know that you were supposed to use less shampoo. So that's been fun to hear about. Okay, so now that I've got this texture spray in here, I feel like I need just a little more body. I've been doing so many of these videos and so many different styles. I've run out of my other dry shampoo, but this is another favorite of mine. It actually just got discontinued, so I'm pretty sad about it. So I'm trying to ration it out. Okay, so see how got a little more texture and body in there. Okay, so the first style, I'm going to let it stay smooth and straight. And this is a great second day hair because it's not as poofy here. But I'm going to get my bone comb and go ahead and get your corners at a diagonal and tease those. You can do this hairstyle curly or straight. I'm just going to demonstrate for the straight look in case some of you have shorter hair. This can work on, as long as you can fit your hair into a ponytail, you can wear this style. And then get your crown section. You want to go all the way down to the occipital bone. Whew. It's getting hot in here. Okay. So once you do all of that, I can already see a spot back here at this back diagonal. For a ponytail, we want to make sure all these little corners have the volume that we want. So I'm going to go ahead and do this side also. brush my ends really smooth. Okay, so you want to make sure that you kind of give it a little bit of layer of finishing spray to get some of that stuff to lay down. I'm going to spray my brush and then brush through it. Okay. Okay, so once you get that done, kind of get your hair with like the, I guess, your pointer and your thumb. You kind of just want to sweep the neckline, pull this hair back, and lightly pull up. As you can see where you've teased, there's that volume back there. You can do a more slick look if you like to slick all of it back. You can also part it down the middle. There's several variations, so feel free to be creative. And I'm going to put it in a ponytail holder. And then I'm going to gently pull up and tighten. I want it a little lower, so I'm going to pull along the bottom here. All those little hairs. Okay, so now we have our ponytail. Now we need volume because we can't leave it like this. So this is where your bone comb or a tail comb comes into play. You want to stick it inside the ponytail and gently lift up. And that's going to create that added loose looking volume without looking like you have a bump it in your hair. This look doesn't need a whole lot of volume because you're either going to have some dangly earrings or you're going to have a nice neckline where you don't need a whole lot of height. If you want to, you can kind of bring some hair down, but I personally like that really chic kind of fixed look. And I always use my mirror to kind of see if I need more back here. All right, it's looking good to me. So I'll then get a section about this thick from underneath my ponytail, and I'm going to wrap it around to cover up my ponytail loop. Kind of looks cool too if you have got highlights or color or anything along the bottom. It gives it that different texture look. Okay, then you're going to use the open bobby pins. They're called just bobbies. We don't want to use the ones that are closed. These are just called hairpins. And I kind of just point them into the hair. That way they disappear. Stick one over here. Kind of anchor it. You may need several. I do about 4, I think, typically, because my hair is longer. And sometimes you have to redo them if you feel them poking out. Okay, there is your pony. Make sure you're looking good here. All right. So if you have shorter layers, you might have to kind of spray the hair before you wrap it around. I don't really have many layers, so it went right around. And then I've got my ponytail. Sometimes I'll kind of tease it just to make it a little fluffier underneath. So you can do something like that. Or you can just wear it long and smooth. And that's what's been really in on the runway, is just a very shiny, smooth ponytail. Like so. And then you can always add some fun earrings. If I were gonna wear some to a party, I'd wear some big ones. That way it shows off my up style and showcases your neckline. So that's a really fun style. Another one that you could do to wear it down, we'll take all these out. There we go. Okay, we'll brush all that hairspray out, and that's why I love a good finishing spray. If you don't know exactly how you want to wear your hair with your outfit, the last thing you want to do is solidify your hair with some concrete hairspray and then not be able to get it out to change styles. So now we're back to the beginning. So you want to still make sure that your hair is teased for this look. So we'll re-tease it. We're gonna wear it down, so sometimes I tease as I go, so we'll do that. For this one, I use a thermal spray, and I take about 1.5 inch section, and I spray the whole piece. Get my ceramic iron. This is very important. You don't want to start at the end. You want to start right about here and roll it in. Then roll it a little bit out. Then roll it back in. Then go all the way back out, all the way back in, and let it sit for just a couple seconds. You don't want to have your hair smell like burning hair. So we'll let that go. It's a nice pretty curl. You don't want to run your hands through it or touch it too much. Remember, the heat is what forms the curl, the cool is what keeps it. So we don't want to mess with it a whole lot till the very end once it's cooled off. So we'll start with the next section. The most important part too is that when it's wrapped around the iron, that it looks spiral like it would while it's laying out of the iron. You don't want to roll it up all in one spot like this, where it's all in one place. That won't create that soft, loose curl illusion that we're wanting. So keep that in mind. And as you're going around the face and on this top section, make sure that you always take the curl away from the face. Okay. Okay. Then once you get back in here, especially if you have shorter hair, either, mid-length or shorter, you want to make sure that you give it some kind of, movement so that it all doesn't look the same and kind of Shirley Temple-ish, so you can curl it towards yourself on a few corners and in the back just to give it that tousled loose look. Okay, going to switch over to this side so you guys can see this side. I use a session spray. It's by Pro Design. It's only found out of state, so it has to be ordered, but you can check with your salon to see if they can order it for you. They don't have product stores around these areas, so I order mine for my clients. What's so good about it is that it's a memory spray, so even if I spray my hair and style it today, when I wake up tomorrow, I'll probably just have to spray a little hairspray in the bottom and refluff it. So that's another great thing if you're at a Christmas party on Friday and you have to work on Saturday, or if you have a party for work on a Thursday and have to go back to work Friday. It's an easy style to wear if you go to bed a little later. You don't have to wake up as early to restyle your hair. So that's a good thing. A great way to keep your style intact if you want to wear it the next day, is since my hair is longer, I kind of wear it up in a messy bun, and I just put it in like a sumo bun on top of my head, kind of lightly and loosely. But if you have shorter hair or you just don't like sleeping with your hair up, you can also get kind of a silk textured pillowcase. It doesn't have to be 100% silk, but if it has that kind of slippery material, that keeps it from losing its style. So that's a good little extra tip in there for you. Okay. So we're continuing to tease as we go, and if you're wondering why you wouldn't just tease at the end, we don't want to disturb the curl pattern too much. We want as much of the curl to stay intact as possible, so you don't want to go raking a comb through it. So it's going to give you the best look possible if you do it before the curl. Okay, and a lot of people ask me how to get curls in the back. They can always do it around their face, but then once they get to the back, it's a little harder for them. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. You just part the hair, and I always take whatever comes underneath here. That makes it a little easier to get to it so you're not, curling way behind your head. Plus, most people part their hair and pull it forward anyway, so you want the curls to look pretty when you pull them around. Okay. Okay, I always section out that top layer, and I'll show you why in just a second. got all that side. Once I finish this other side, then I'll show you what we're going to do with it after. Okay, the tricky part is making sure we got all of this curled. Okay. Okay, so on these top sections, I teased it like it's in a barrel section, like horizontal back. I still do it away from the face and feed it through. And then once it's done, it's kind of going to separate on its own and go whichever way and look more natural. You don't want to split down the middle, that top section where you want volume. So that's why you want to do it all in one little section here. Okay, after this piece, we're gonna break it up here. We'll fix that in a second. Okay, so while it's drying, or not drying, but cooling down, you want to spray your hairspray all over to kind of set it. That side's still cooling, so I'm gonna go ahead, either do it with my hands, or if I use a thicker spray, then I'll kind of brush it out with my boar bristle brush. I'm going for that loose tousled look, so I don't want it to be too fixy here. You can kind of twirl it with your fingers a little bit. Okay. So, if I want to leave it like this, then I can go ahead and spray all of it underneath. And that's how you refresh it also. You just want to kind of scrunch. And have the loose look. Now if you want more definition, after you brush it out, I sometimes will go back and do just a couple pieces again. Especially if your hair is brushed. I think my hair always looks curly better on the second day. Personally, that's just me. Okay. And then I won't like kind of brush it out as much. If I want it more defined in just a few spots, I'll kind of leave it. Okay, so if I want to go with that look, I'll kind of spray this. And sometimes if I need added volume, I'll flip my head over. I can't really do that right now, but I'll kind of tuck my head over. But mostly, you just want to spray it upside down, get under the volume, and finish like that. Now, if you want to add bobby pins or an up style, you can either pin your sides back like we talked about in the previous video with the poofing video. So you can check that out if you want to refresh, or you can do that and have your sides down if you want to wear some pretty earrings. You can also wear it curled and do the poof that we did where it's kind of pulled up like this. You can wear it curled back where you pin, let's see if we can get that one in, where you pin this middle section, then, well, let me just do it real fast. Then we've got to go, but if we pin this middle back, after you tease that section, you'll get your hairpin. You'll go straight up into the hair. My hair is pretty heavy, so I'm going to crisscross it. Then you get your sides and you pick a section up. I kind of like to twirl mine. Put it over the bobby pin, so cross it over. Push the bobby pin into the anchored one so you can hide it, like that. Twist this side, that section over, and I kind of will lift out a little bit of the hair here. And crisscross it over the other section. Push that into the center. And then if you just refluff your curl on both sides, get your bone comb and kind of pull loose volume up here. That gives you a loose half updo, and then you could still wear your earrings. You could even go a step further and do a low ponytail with it curled and your hair pinned back like this with a little hair piece in it. However you like, there's lots of options. If you have any questions, I'd love to know them. We'll be doing also a New Year's Eve holiday hair tutorial, so be on the lookout for that. Tell all of your friends, and there's still room in the newsletter to add more. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a happy Thursday. Thank you.